Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, heavyweights, we talking concussion. We know that challenger Dillian Whyte has become the WBC mandatory. Mandatory challenger. He beat Oscar Rivas, who nobody told him to fight, but he beat him, and they won him WBC mandatory. WBC champion is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, right? So, somebody must have asked Wilder, what do you think about it? He just said, well, whatever, at this point. Basically, I'm going to knock him out silly anyway, right? Dominique Brazil style. We have no reason to believe that he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? We have no reason to believe that he couldn't, right? And that he won't. So that's what he's got to say about it. And of course, everyone involved that's a little bit into it. If you found me, then you would know that you into boxing deep, right? So you would know that Deontay Wilder would be saying that, wait a minute, Dillian Whyte has had many opportunities to fight me, right? Many. And we've documented it. When Wilder said just fight Ortiz, you get me, or when the WBC mandated Ortiz to fight Dillian Whyte, he didn't do it, right? He could have fought Dominique Brazil to get the number one status, to make sure he fights him. He could have been this mandatory right now, could have been this at least 2 years ago, right? But he decided to fight others. So people know that. So Wilder's just like, it's pathetic that people are not even mentioning it. Sounds a little bit like me now, doesn't it? Right? That's how my point is. How we just fight Ortiz and none of this would have happened. Right? But it is what it is. So it's not like you got Deontay Wilder over there saying, well, let's argue about it. It's like, okay, well, you get in line, basically. But let's just make sure it's clear while we got Tyson Fury over here fighting the Safaris and Theonetas and Swatzes and Trevor Bryans of the world, right? He's going to have fought. Ortiz is voluntary, right? Beat up is mandatory, but remains the very before that. That's one mandatory out the way. Fight Tyson Fury in a linear champion. Of course, you're going to do extra things, special occasion, right? Come back, and what you're going to do now is take Luis Ortiz as a voluntary, right? So he shouldn't have to fight a mandatory right away anyway. He's going to probably fight whatever, something undisputed, and then Dillian Whyte. Let's see what Dillian Whyte does in the meantime. Does he make the fight bigger by fighting somebody good, or is he going to get an easy touch? And that's what I've been hearing already. He's worthy of getting the easy touch. So that's what's going to happen there. So whatever. I think Deontay Wilder, just how we believed was going to happen with 41 wins and 40 KOs. There's nothing that you're going to see in Dillian Whyte's game that I don't think Deontay Wilder is afraid of. Let's be honest, except for that mean left hook that Dillian Whyte does show, and the fact that Dillian Whyte is coming to fight. That's going to happen. Dillian Whyte's coming to fight, and when you hit him, he's throwing some very, very hard punches back at you. But Deontay Wilder, if that fight were to happen, he would have went through Ortiz again, which would lead me to believe he go through Ortiz again. I got Wilder, Dillian Whyte, no, right? Now, and Wilder, I seen Dillian Whyte, hurt in all fights. He's down in his last fight. Joseph Parker had him down. If there was 30 more seconds, he probably would have lost that fight. We know that, right? So, he's been wobbled. I mean, we know Joshua stopped him too. But, like I said, he had one hand, one arm in that one. But so it's not like he can't get hurt. And if you have already been hurt, Wilder's probably not the guy you're trying to go see. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of athleticism and things going on to get those shots off. We know that. Everyone knows it. Just some of us say it and some don't. Right? Some just say, well, listen, that's the guy that we're going to hate. If he wasn't good, we wouldn't be hating on him. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Shoot, I was hating on Michael Jordan, man. We doing all that stuff against my team. So you ain't got no love for them, but they're great. And that's what's going on here. So the mandatory is Dillian Whyte. He going to get knocked out silly if he can come around there and mess with Deontay Wilder. But he's going to have to wait about 18 months to do it. To look like, Let's see what happens. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.